We live in a fast-paced society. There always seems to be another book to read or another project to finish. And even when we finally go on vacation, we get this nagging feeling we should be doing something more productive with our time. All of this comes from a place of fear. If I slow down, I'm gonna become a loser. I'm gonna get fired from my job, and then I won't even have enough money to project fake confidence. It's scary and probably over-exaggerated, but it doesn't make it any less real. This video is about 9 ways I brought slowness into my life so I can experience firsthand what actually happens when you start slow living. The Hufflepuffs were the plant people of Harry Potter. In the story of heroes and villains, the plant people don't really do much, and that is exactly what makes them so great. Plant people and their plants don't care about Lord Voldemort or your relationship problems. They just want to water their plants and watch them grow bigger. I've been taking care of this ZZ plant for over 4 years now. A lot has changed in 4 years, but my man here just puts out one leaf after another in the slowest manner possible. Sometimes in life, we're not gonna live up to our own expectations. The cards just aren't in our favor. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, we can come home to our plants, drink water together, and life keeps on growing. The Hufflepuff Mindset is about restoring a semblance of control in an unpredictable world. I do want to acknowledge that I also kill my plants sometimes, but there comes a point when you have enough of them and you learn how to propagate them that they just kind of live on collectively forever. Slow living isn't just about waiting for things to grow. Sometimes you get to play a more active role. I started taking pottery classes recently. I did not make this, by the way. I made this. And I was telling my mom that I am gonna make her an actual mug one day. And my dad was like, you making her a basic mug is probably 10 times as expensive as a fancy mug she can buy from Amazon. And he's totally right. Not only is art expensive to learn, it also takes forever. It is far easier to focus on earning enough money to buy other people's art. But here's the thing, money can buy dopamine. Money can't buy love. Love is messy, tedious, and time-consuming, and the slow effort is what makes it so precious. Love doesn't come out of thin air. You have to make love with your hands. If ceramics aren't your thing, you can also try cooking, painting, or woodworking. Whatever it is you choose, it has to feel inconvenient, because if it feels too easy, it ain't love. Beyond arts and plants, slow living can manifest itself as a strategy for winning life. I've been playing chess since the age of 5. It's an easy game to learn, but a hard game to master. And that's why I still consider myself a beginner. But truth be told, I've given up on improving because it seems kind of pointless when artificial intelligence can outplay the best of our best. And that is where I'm wrong. Winning a game is never the only objective. Learning to win is as much of a reward as winning itself. Rooks on the 7th, controlling the center, the Sicilian defense. Artificial intelligence will never sound as stupidly poetic as we do in how we name our strategies. Chess is a long game. You can take many hours contemplating a single move because of the slow rippling effects it has on the future. And that's what makes it the most apt metaphor for slow living, when moving fast doesn't always work in your favor. By now, you might think slow living is about having solitary hobbies, but it goes much deeper than that, and it involves more people. I've attended at least 12 therapy sessions in the course of my life. I know, not a lot, but I've learned techniques on how to manage my irrational negative thoughts. And then I realized therapy is all about curing the symptoms rather than the cause. I mean, I still think therapy is useful, it just bothers the engineer in me. If I'm going to fix a problem, I want to fix it at the root. And I found the root. To live is to suffer, and all of life is just a management of that suffering. Slow living is an embodiment of this acceptance. If there is no cure to be found, then what's the rush? We're all in this together, and we might as well share the suffering. In fact, I find that when I stop worrying about me, and I start listening to other people's problems, I feel better. Maybe I can even use my therapy skills to give advice. But sometimes people just want to rant, and I'm there to listen. Slow living is a way of sacrificing our time for our loved ones. To take it a step further, we can also extend the same love to our environment. One paper bag is equal to 28 kilometers of driving. This means if you're halfway to the grocery store and you realize you forgot to bring your Trader Joe's bag, it is better to drive all the way back home to pick it up than it is to use a new paper bag. Being eco-friendly can sometimes mean the polar opposite of being productive. But I believe that even the most productive among us still care about the sustainability of our planet to some extent. Unfortunately, when we get in the zone of optimizing our time above all else, we often become blind to the environmental impact of our actions. There's a lot more you can do than just throwing your plastic cup into the recycling bin. I may not have all the answers, but I find that taking some time out of our busy lives to do some research so we can realign our actions is the least we can do for our slowly dying planet. Taking a step back from the altruism, slow living can also make us more productive at learning. I've been experimenting with the habit of writing down some notes after every learning session. What this looks like is I will be listening to an audiobook while I'm doing a Zone 2 cardio workout at the gym, and when I'm done, instead of just moving on with my day like I usually do, I will force myself to sit in the locker room for at least 5 extra minutes to paraphrase what I learned from the audiobook with pen and paper. Sitting down to write can feel particularly frustrating because it breaks my flow. It takes me from a go, go, go mindset to a go, stop mindset. And here's what I noticed. We often think we're not going hard enough or we're not pushing against our comfort zone. But in this particular scenario of trying to learn new things, slowing down to write notes is the harder thing to do. It is pushing against the comfort zone. And it is exactly that discomfort that helps us remember what we learned. Aside from learning new things, slow living can help us shed light on our old habits that we struggle to keep up with. I was babysitting a mini schnauzer, such a happy little creature. All it wants to do is play. For a dog, play is really just a set of repetitive physical actions. Running around, sniffing, giving you kisses. What blows my mind is that I used to be just like that, but somewhere along the way, I lost the way. We can find the way again by slowing down our maturity. I apologize if this sounds real stupid, but yes, I'm saying we should be a dog. Find some time to run around aimlessly. And fine, if that's just too weird, go on an elliptical or a treadmill. Exercise in our capitalist culture has become this tactic you use to fight depression or enhance productivity. And some people might even pay $290 a month for an exercise club membership and think it's totally worth it. But when you put on your slow living lens, you will see that exercise really is just being a dog, and it's the simplest form of joy. Have you ever wondered what life would be like if you didn't have access to a shower? Probably not. Essentially what happens is you're going to end up with this natural desire to drive out to the closest body of water to bathe in, even if it's freezing cold. You don't have to go find a river to jump in. I'm just talking about taking a nice long bath. The water can be any temperature of your choice, and when you're done, lather yourself with some full body lotion. Take these daily routines you normally rush through and savor them. You might hear a voice in your head accusing you of procrastinating. Shut it down. When you punish yourself for a blip in time, the negative psychological impact of that punishment is exponentially worse than the blip itself. Trust that life will move on. You're not going to be bathing in that river forever. I only lasted a few minutes. Being able to slow down is a luxury. If you're a single mother working 3 jobs to support your children, you might never see this video. For every single one of us that feels like we're not doing enough to advance our goals, there's another person out there working as hard as they can, and yet they're barely getting by. All this is to say, we are incredibly lucky to have the opportunity to slow down and not have the world collapse around us. So let's not take that opportunity for granted. Let's use it, slow down, do something good for yourself and for the people around you. My name is Alan. I am the Consumerist Monk. If you believe in taking small actionable steps to design a better life for yourself and your community, this channel is for you. You might want to check out this video over here where I talk about how to reduce overstimulation in your life, or this video over here which is about a system of slow growth I created for myself. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.